Hey everyone, happy Friday. If you're not watching this today because you are taking a mental break, I totally understand. I hope you're enjoying your day, your study day, and making the most of it in whatever way that means for you, whether it's doing your schoolwork or taking a break from it. I wanted to give you a few updates to try to help you along. First, make sure you're reviewing your feedback on your proposal. You need to make sure you communicate with me about your topics. So if you are narrowing it and you want some feedback on that, then that's great. Or if you just went with the suggestion I gave you, that's fine. If you're changing your topic completely or even going with a topic that you didn't put as one of your options, make sure you clear that with me again so I can make sure you're successful on this project. That's the ultimate goal here. Speaking of midterm time, so we're officially there. Make sure that you fill out your midterm reflection survey for me. It's just a Google form. It's very simple, and that can count as your right to learn for the week. So simple work there as far as that goes. And also because it's midterm time, I am required to submit a progress report for you through Pipeline. You really need to go check those out. The comments, that's the grade thing doesn't really matter at this point, especially in the way that we do grading in this course, but the comments are extremely important because some of you want to make sure you're aware of where you are as far as turning in your right to learns and how that affects your final grade, because we are kind of at the precipice of like, some people are going to kind of fall off of that eligibility to earn certain grades in the course if they're not keeping up with the work regularly. So just check out those comments, and they're not a threat or anything. They are just a clarification. And then that way, if you have questions for me, please reach out to me so that I can clarify those. Okay. Next week, what we're going to be doing, they are the same videos that we saw this week. So if you didn't get to watch some of those or you need to rewatch those, then please do that. But the bottom line is you must watch these videos. If you're not keeping up with the coursework right now and you think you're just going to write the paper, it's frustrating for me if I see things in your paper that I clearly covered in your video and told you, hey, do this, not that. Now, if you don't understand the material, that's a whole other thing, and make sure you're reaching out to me to make sure you understand any of the content in the video. But make sure you watch those videos because it's going to set you up for success on this paper. And one video I want you to pay particular attention to is the working with sources video. There's an example outline in that video, and you have to turn in an outline at the end of next week to prepare for writing your paper. So I want you just to make sure that you're aware of that. You kind of see that as just an example. You don't have to do it that way, but just to see kind of what is expected of you. And remember, in your outline, you're going to need more than 3 body paragraphs. This isn't a 5-paragraph essay. It's going to extend much more beyond that. I could see this branching into even 6 to 10 topics or subtopics that you're working with for this paper. And along with that, I wanted to address, someone had a really great question this week about sources. So how many sources do you need for this paper, especially since right now you should be reading and thinking and outlining and organizing. There's no exact amount of this. I can't tell you what will work for you in your paper. I can tell you that you would, from my experience in teaching this course, you would need at least 6 sources minimum in order for the research, for the paper to even be considered research-based, right? Since this is a research-based argument. But the more successful papers I see in this course typically tend to use about 10 sources. So I think you should keep that in mind. You could obviously use more than 10. Now, if you're using 30 sources for a paper this size, maybe you're going a little bit too far. But if you're using 2 sources, that's not a research-based argument. That is something else. So I hope all of that helps you as you're working towards this. So I also wanted to make sure I emphasize that you write the outline or have a general guide, and you can deviate from the outline when you go to write. That's not what the outline is for. It's not to tie you to anything, but it's just to help you organize your thoughts and think about how you are going to dig into this paper and dig into this particular topic. Think about your points. I also want you to keep that thesis at the top because I want you to remember this is an argument. It is not an informative paper. You have to have a position or a stance. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you keep communicating with me any questions that you have in the course. All right, have a good one.